what it is, what it doing, how the hell are all of you? With yours truly, Petrov. I'll go back with another mother lover. You already know the deal. Grab your smoke, grab your drink, and lock with your boy, because we'll be back with another quick one. Now, when I say a quick one, I'm not going to be dragging out shit, nothing like that. I'm going to save my piece and I'm going to keep it moving. We're going to jump to a couple different videos and we're going to get right through it. Now, this video right here, we're going to play it. If I play the sound, I'm going to get copyright strike. Now, I just want you to read the headline to begin with, okay? So, this mom or dad, I don't know what it is. It looks like it could be either or. Weirdo. Anyways, making sure my baby brother is on the right side of history. And she's talking about Black Lives Matter, this, that, the other. Well, then you got this young cat.
Do you say Black Lives Matter?
No, I say bang local MILFs.
And see, there's going to be a lot of people that have a lot of problems with that right there, because it's a young black man saying bang local MILFs instead of agreeing with Black Lives Matter. Because if you choose not to agree with Black Lives Matter, you must not be black. You must not be woke. You must not be an activist, right? Now, there's tons of black people that have came out against Black Lives Matter and the things that they stand for and the way that they just look for another name to use to line them coffers, to get another house for another leader. That's because that's what's happening. Now, because you have multiple families coming out saying, where's the money for my kid? Where's the money that you raised for my family? This, that, the other. They weren't raising money for your family. They were raising money for their cause using your family's name. You are nothing but a meal ticket to get another house. That's why Patricia Kohlers, I believe is the last name, that's why she got houses for her whole family and not your family. That's why she got all those big-ass houses for her family and didn't put that money into a community center. That's why she got all that money and didn't put it back into any neighborhood across any city in the United States. Because she got her a big-ass house. And got her mama a house. And her cousins a house. Now, I might be wrong on the cousin and the mama's thing, but I do believe she said that she got her family members' houses. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure she did. Now, when I think of these things, and I think of like the bang of local MILFs, I think that shit's hilarious. I'm always going to laugh at that maniacally because I think it's funny. I think it's extremely funny when you take something that some group, some people fight so hard to make, oh, it's ours, and then you can literally just turn a few words around and make it nothing but funny. Like, a good example is during the riots, and we're going to call it exactly what it was during the riots of 2020, the summer riots. It was BLM this, BML that, and then some great soul said, you mean burn, loot, and murder? Break, loot, and murder? Because at the end of the day, that's what was happening. You had, how many stores were looted? How many people were hurt? How many people were actually murdered during those riots? I mean, we could always talk about a couple different people, but we'll leave it where it is. My point here is, you have people that are going to say, my kid's on the right side of history. But when it comes to actual history, y'all don't want nothing to do with it. And that's not just black people, that's everybody that's woke. Indigenous Peoples Day. That's enough said right there. Indigenous Peoples Day. Pride Month gets a Pride Day, Pronouns Day. You get a whole fucking month to do whatever you want with your fucking flags and all this extra weird shit. But now you need a Pronouns Day? Get the fuck out of here. Indigenous Peoples Day. Don't like Columbus, can't stand Columbus. Got to tear down all his statues. And then get mad when people still, say it's Columbus Day. Funny how that works. And then, like I said the other day when I did the video and you seen the teacher running around the Native American garb, the get up, whatever, is the shit that she threw together. You didn't see any kids going wild and out in there. You didn't see any kids getting mad. But yet you had people on the internet that decided that they were going to be the ones that were really triggered. But they didn't have to see it. They got to see a 30-second clip of it. That teacher probably danced around the room for 5 minutes. But we got to see 30 seconds of it or a minute of it. And then we got to see everybody and their mama want to bash them. And these comments aren't no different. When you talk about my brother's on the right side of history, my kids are going to be on the right side of history, why do your kids need to know anything about this? Why can't the kids just be kids? I know when I was a kid, this is a fact, I know when I was a kid, I wasn't sheltered by any standard of the word. I was able to go outside, came when the streetlights came on. I was swearing with my homies when I wasn't around my parents, this, that, the other, right? But my parents also weren't telling me about what George Bush was doing or Al Gore. They weren't telling me about what Al Sharpton was doing. They weren't telling me about the latest killing on the TV. So I might not have had that readily available in my face, but I also didn't have people trying to preach it to me and tell me about it. And That's why when we see people argue about critical race theory, and you see people say, well, it's not racist, it's just teaching people that there's oppressors and there's the oppressed. No, it's not. It's literally through the lens of race, everything. And you're going to teach black kids that white kids are the oppressor, no matter how they try to flip it, no matter how they try. And that's what I think is foul. You're using kids to better and push your movement when that's not how this is supposed to work. You're using kids to go further and farther with what you want instead of what is probably best for them. Now, that's why you have parents nowadays getting mad at the school system for the curriculum they're trying to teach. Why would I want you to teach my kid about critical race theory when that's not the case? When my kid's not racist? I'm not racist. I'm not raising racist kids. But you're going to want me to teach my child that somehow they're the oppressor and the black kid is the oppressed. You're going to start more fights. You're going to start more race issues, more racial animosity than need be. I remember being in 8th grade. This is anecdotal. I remember being in 8th grade. And there was it was probably the last, how they got like the trimester. It was the last trimester. I remember it being springtime, and there was a group of black people and there was a group of Hispanic people, and they were literally going to war over race. This is 2007, 2008. I remember literally sitting in class and having friends talk about, man, you hear about what happened between the blacks and the Mexicans? Because that's what it was. Now it can be between blacks and Hispanic people, but back in the day, that's literally how it was labeled. Whether I liked it, whether you liked it or not. But they fought every day, after school, during school, in the middle of lunch, anytime, any place they was brawling. Not all of them, because they had some mouthpieces, but there was always people that was down on site. So for about 3 months, nonstop, they fought nonstop. And what were they fighting about? I have no fucking clue. To this day, I still don't know why they were fighting. More anecdotal evidence. We're in high school. And this Asian kid's in the bathroom, and he was pretty upset, and he decided he was going to lash out and start calling some of the black people in the class the N-word. Well, when they beat the shit out of him, no one felt bad because of what he said. Didn't matter what his race was. No one felt bad because he called it on himself. But yet nowadays, if that happened, you'd have people going out of their way to preach and pull on how it was. I because I would still think in 2021 that people would still think it was okay, if you get punched in the mouth. But maybe it wouldn't be okay if you stomp somebody out 12-on-1 in a bathroom. Because that's what happened to the kid. Got stomped the fuck out. And when I mean they beat the brakes off the kid, they beat the brakes off the kid. Took him like a week to catch him because he was running. And he knew why he was running. And nobody was willing to back him up because of what he said and how he said it. But that's just anecdotal. But you're going to somehow teach class that white people are the oppressor when there's literally, in my history, where there was Hispanic and black people fighting, warring over who knows what, but they were warring over it, and it was literally a race war. Because they weren't allowing no Asians in, they weren't allowing no white people in. It was blacks versus Hispanics. That's what it was. Whether you like it or not. And mind you, it's anecdotal evidence. It doesn't mean much outside of my experience. But if I talk to those same students, those same people, they'll bring up like, oh, I remember that shit. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. And then you ask, well, why was it going down? That I don't know. I just remember sitting at the table, la-di-da-di-da, heard about it. Are you rocking with us, or being against us? Well, I'm on your guys' side. That's what it was. But when you teach that there's your right side of history, that kind of comment is really ballsy, because in 100 years, when we're all dead and gone, 150 years when we're all dead and gone, do you really think what you think is going to be the right side of history? Do you really think that? You really think what you think is gonna last stand the test of time? You really think in 150 years people are gonna be preaching the same shit you're preaching? They're not. That was a rhetorical question, by the way. Now let's get to the next one. Now here, this video ain't got nothing to do with no color, nothing like that. It's another weirdo on TikTok. And I say it like that. I'm not saying the person running is the weirdo. I'm saying the person videotaping it is the weirdo. Because instead of going out on the sidewalk where the dude could see you videotaping him, you did it from the safety of your own home. That's what I think is wrong. Because instead of going out there and be like, I'm going to videotape him because I think this shit's funny. And when you're outside, you have no right to privacy. So you could have went outside with a whole fucking TV crew and videotaped this guy and there's nothing he could have said. But yet you still decided to act scared and do it from the inside of your house. Or from the safety of your property. Let's be honest about that. More or less your mommy's property. But we'll digress.
Still fast as fuck, boy. Come
I
get
love the
some.
sound. It's my favorite sound.
I don't think you have any idea. How
The
fast
funniest thing I
really
think
am.
about this video is this fat man, literally big as shit. This could be dude's from the last video. This could be dude's daddy. This could be dude's daddy trying to get exercise. But it's funny to me because this dude's big as shit, heavy as fuck, pants falling down and he's running, and he's still got that cigarette hanging from his mouth. That to me is funny. And this to me is what breaks the monotony on the show itself. We can go to some extremely serious shit, to conversations that fuck man, that's kind of deep, to breaking that with just laughing at this. I'm fast as fuck, boy. I love that sound. Look at this shit.
Still fast as fuck, boy. Come
Look at
get
them
some.
titties bounce, bro.
I don't think you have any idea.
Look at how white his
fast I
stomach
really
is.
am.
He's
Fuck,
pale as
boy.
shit, but his stomach way pale. That's probably right here. This view right here. This video. That's this spot in the video. This is his thinnest look right here. That's his thinnest look. Thinnest look. Now, like I said, the cigarette in the mouth running, the way he's running, it's got me dying, cracking up.
Still fast as fuck, boy.
And like the pants, those are truly a big person's pants. I don't ever see no thin people in those kind of pants. I don't never see no like chubby people in those kind of pants. I only see overweight people in those kind of pants. Watch this shit. Gets better. Watch. Hold on.
Boy.
Got the cigarette hanging and
Still
shit.
fast as fuck, boy. Come get some.
But it breaks the monotony and it makes things a little bit easier just to digest and be able to get through it. Now, there's no cracks to this guy at all. Do what you're going to do. If you're trying to exercise and get healthy and do your thing, you do it, man. If that's how you get your healthiness. There's a guy on TikTok. He said he weighed like 600 pounds. I don't know his name. He's from Washington. He was a big dude. He said his dad had a path out the back of their house, the sidewalk, and that was his motivation every day, was to go outside and walk that walk no matter what, rain, shine, sleet, or snow. He lives in Washington, so there's a lot of rain. It's crappy weather, right? Anyways, this man went from heavy as fuck to skinny as shit. Now he's got to go through the skin surgeries and all that shit, but that's okay. That's you did good. He did good. You dropped that weight. Healthy. You're trying to get healthy. Rah, rah, rah. Same thing this guy, I think, is trying to do. I think it's just fucked up that you're gonna do it. You're gonna videotape from the inside of your head, inside of your house, and use the hashtags, memes, funny videos, which is true. It could be a meme. It could be a funny video, and then the hashtag crackheads. What makes him a crackhead? If you're gonna call someone that kind of name, you better have some proof. And I'm not saying they gotta be actual crackheads, but you gotta be on some crazy, funky shit for me to actually want to label you that and have you that label stick with you. That's just my opinion. On to the next one. Now see this video right here. Couldn't you put the hashtag crackhead on this one too? Just because you can, right? You can label anything with it, right? And people are like, oh, bro, really? That's because they're black. Nope. Has to do with what he's gonna do. Let's watch this shit. The amount of pressure you have to have in your jaw to be able to peel a motherfucking coconut with your teeth is crazy as fuck. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at all. Now, I know there's people out there, he dropped that, I wouldn't eat that. That's what they would say. Now, I know there's people out there right now, for a fact, that would say that this man's hair, isn't that not cultural appropriation? That's blonde. How's that not cultural appropriation? Instead of just seeing that this dude just peeled a motherfucking coconut with his fucking mouth. You're not gonna see it as a feat or anything. You're just gonna see it as that's what it is. Like, nah, man, nah. This man did some to me, that shit's crazy. Most people are not able to do that. At least not to the ability he was able to do it. But could you not call that crackhead shit too? Or is only one shoe fits? I really think a lot of people, man, are being extra. I think they're going out on a limb. I think they're reaching. I think a lot of people are used to living in a straw manning type mode, and I don't see any sign of it truly stopping. And to me, that's okay. I don't really care. It's content, it's worthy to talk about. But I think a lot of people do not understand that when you use labels, this, that, the other, to push whatever narrative you're going to push, such as crackhead, when you're wrong, you won't even admit that you're wrong for it. Dude's out there trying to live his life, trying to be healthy, this, that, the other. This dude's ripping apart fucking coconuts with his teeth, trying to live his life, be healthy, whatever it is. And motherfuckers want to crack jokes. Instead of just looking at it, be like, damn, that broke the monotony of the bullshit I got to deal with every day. Shit I got to read every day. You gonna call them names, this, that, the other. And now, see, I only roast people when I think they're worthy of being roasted. When you do something to be roasted. Dude, that I'm fast as fuck boy, he didn't even know he was being videotaped. So I can't say he was duly to be roasted. I mean, dude had his titties flopping. Dude had the cigarette hanging. You know what I mean? This man had loafers on while he was ripping apart a fucking coconut with blonde cornrows. You know what I mean? So I think this was just more or less like a little breakdown that I thought would be kind of funny, would be kind of fun. Just to show a different side of TikTok that might not be as foul or nasty or echo chamber type shit. Because these videos really don't fit in an echo chamber. These last two videos, dude running and dude ripping apart the coconut, they don't really fit in an echo chamber because they're just videos. Something that someone got to do or see, you know what I mean? And that's why I was like, I'm going to put this in because, first off, the coconut one's crazy. Who the fuck can do that? And then the running one, I just was like, yeah, I got to say something about that because I just think it's weird that you're going to run with a cigarette in your mouth and have to pull your pants up the way you do. That's crazy to me. Now, that's really all I got for this episode. I don't even know what I'm going to title it. Kind of just rando shit. Goes to back to the beginning when it comes to the right side of history. I don't think anybody's ever going to be on the right side of history because there's always going to be bad things that are done along the way. It's just a matter of accepting that you may not be responsible for the things that your ancestors did 1,000 years ago, and people may need to get the fuck over that real quick. But that's how I look at it, and that's how I'm going to keep it going. You already know what it is. Stay blazed, stay blessed, stay safe. Keep your head up because this motherfucker is crazy out here. Peace.